各位同事
Good morning, members. It is now 12 o'clock, so it is time for us to call to order the meeting of the housing panel. We need to elect a chairman. Please note that according to Rule 77(6) of the Rules of Procedure, if a member is the chairman or deputy chairman of a relevant advisory committee of the government, then he or she may not be the chairman or deputy chairman of this panel. Rule 77(7) also says that a member shall not be the chairman or deputy chairman of more than one panel at the same time. According to House Rule 22F and the Appendix 4, we have procedures for the election of chairman and deputy chairman of our panel. Valid nominations will be made by at least one member verbally, to be seconded by another member verbally, and to be accepted by the person being nominated. Nominations, please. Mr. Kwok-hing. Mr. Kwok-hing, do you accept the nomination? Yes. Seconder, Mr. Kwok-hing. Are there other nominations? So I'll count 1, 2, 3. Any other nominations? No. Then nominations are closed, and then we have only one single nomination, and that is Mr. Kwok-hing. Since we haven't got all the nominations, so I declare that Mr. Kwok-hing is being elected as the chairman of the panel for the first year of this term. Mr. Wong. Thank you, members, for your support. Now we go on to elect the deputy chairman of the panel on housing for the year 2012 to 2013. We need a verbal nomination by at least one member to be seconded by another. Mr. Feng Kim Ki, said Mr. Leung Liu Chung. Mr. Feng, do you accept any seconder? Mr. Joseph Lee. Any other nominations, please? No? Then, Mr. Frederick Feng, you have been elected uncontested as the deputy chairman of the panel on housing. And then item 2 on the agenda, the schedule of meetings for the year 2012 to 2013. We propose to have our meetings on the first Monday of each month at 2:30 p.m. I suppose you all agree? All right, that will be it. And then item 3 on the agenda, items for discussion at the next meeting. I think you have already received tabled before you the list of proposed items. And in fact, we need to make changes to 2 dates in the schedule. First of all, the 1st of April, since it clashes with a public holiday, so perhaps we can consider the 15th of April. The other one is the 1st of July. Again, it will clash with a public holiday. We may consider the 2nd of July at 4:30 p.m. So, members, any other proposals? No? Then we will take the advice of the Secretariat in amending the schedule of meetings. Sorry, Mr. Chairman, we didn't catch it. because we just came from another conference room. Allow me some time to check the schedule. Allow me to speak on this again later on if I have any questions. All right. Item 3 on the agenda, that's about the meeting next time. According to the administration, on the 5th of November, we're supposed to get 3 items. That is, first of all, the short to medium-term housing and land supply measures announced by the CE on the 30th of August 2012. Second, extending the home ownership scheme secondary market to white-form buyers. The third item, long-term housing strategy. So the administration has come up with the 3 proposals. And I would like to seek your advice. As you may note that there are over 10 items. In fact, there are 16 of them on the list of outstanding issues. They haven't been sort of finalized during the last term. So your comments, please, in relation to the proposed agenda. Mr. Leung Yu-chung, yes, I agree that we need to look at the long-term housing strategy. I read from the papers that for the first time, we have been given a figure about the number of subdivided flats in Hong Kong. This is unprecedented. I think with this figure, we have a better understanding about the matter, and we would then all know that those living in subdivided flats are in urgent need for an improvement in the living conditions. Thank you. Mr. Leung Kwok-hing. I think the Secretary for Development will come. I hope you yourself will write to him. Unfortunately, he has fallen into the net of subdivided flats. We want to learn about his views. I think the administration understands that it takes more than the Transfer and Housing Bureau to tackle the issue. The Development Bureau would be involved. So would you like to invite Mr. Chen Mao-po to tell us about his experience concerning subdivided flats, the profits, whether it is viable, profitable, and whether subdivided flats can address the problem of housing shortage in Hong Kong? Members, the clerk reminds me that at the panel on development, you had a similar proposal. So on the 5th of November at 2:30 p.m., the housing panel and the development panel will have a joint panel meeting, and I'm sure the Secretary for Development will attend. Make sure that he will be invited to come, so please remind him early. Otherwise, it will be embarrassing to ask for his schedule to be produced. Make sure he has time to come. I haven't finished. At 4:30 that day, we'll have our meeting. Is he going to attend? We will notify him. Next, Mr. Shek Lai Him. I'll just check whether I have missed out any names, to be followed by Mr. Chung Shu-ken. Have I omitted anybody? And Dr. Zhang. Well, we're supposed to have a brief meeting, so please be time conscious. Mr. Shek. Mr. Chairman, for the joint panel meeting on the 5th of November. Just now, at the meeting of the development panel, there were the views that when we talk about the 10 measures announced by the CE, 1.5 hours time would not be adequate. So perhaps you can take up this matter with Mr. Lau Wang-fan to see whether we need more than one session, or whether it will be better for the 2 panels to have separate meetings so that we can focus on housing while the development panel will focus on development. Each will discuss the principles and then will come together for a joint panel meeting. Do you think that is better? Thank you, Mr. Shek. I think it's a matter of the flour and the bread. I'll certainly liaise with Mr. Lau Wang-fan. Next, Mr. Chung Shu-ken. Mr. Chairman, I want to know whether we are going to cover the overcrowding of public housing units as well as the policies. When we have both new policies and established policies, there will be confusion. So new tenants is governed by the new policies, and yet the sitting tenants are governed by the older policies, and they'll find it unfair if the new arrivals can have more spacious accommodation. Yes, we'll refer the matter to the administration. Dr. Zhang, like what Mr. Sheikh has said, the development panel is also worried that is if we start to talk about important issues like land and housing as part of the housing and land supply measures announced by the CE, and in fact there are over 20 members in the development panel, and here we have also 10-ish, almost 20 members. I think they will use almost an hour's time to give us a briefing. So please take this matter seriously. In fact, the administration should present a paper early, and I hope they won't resort to the earlier practice. That is, they will try to release the information to the community via the media, and yet we don't have a proper electrical paper. So, Mr. Wong, please make sure that you will take up the matter with Mr. Lawang Fat. So, make sure that you talk to the administration and regard this as a serious matter. Maybe we should also work through the House Committee. Ask the administration not to resort to such tactics. If they want to announce any news, please respect the electrical and please make sure that they produce electrical papers to us. Your point is noted. First of all, papers should be produced for the electrical early enough, and they shouldn't sort of show any disrespect for the electrical. As to the timing of the meeting or the duration of the meeting, I will talk to Mr. Lawang Fa to see whether there will be adequate time. Now, I've been told that on the 5th of November, we're going to have a joint panel meeting to be followed by a housing panel meeting. We have to look at that again. Yes, please. For the subdivided flats, I want to know whether the housing panel will look at the question of subdivided flats. I think we need to have a serious discussion with the administration, not just about subdivided flats in the industrial buildings, subdivided flats in residential buildings, as well as subdivided flats in the commercial buildings or shopping malls. Yes, this will be taken down, and then we will talk to the administration. Other members and other views? If you don't have any, then that's it for today, and we'll talk to the Director of Bureau about the agenda. Thank you.